Hi, everyone. Siobhan Sarna here with the incredible Sinclair Kenally. We're going to be talking about her Rapid Liver Reset program, which I am very, very proud to be sharing with you all. It means a lot to us that you popped into this impromptu Q&A. And Sinclair is her own Phoenix Rising story of health. And she also has gone on to help thousands of people with their health based on her experiences, science, evidence, and therefore driven a lot of results. And that includes her own 15,000 gallstones being removed and cleared. And before I let you talk, Sinclair, one last thing is in this program, what I also like is that it will be updated. There's a live component, but even afterwards, if you use the information, you will still be able to drive your own transformation. And then there are also 3 levels of, and I'll let Sinclair describe each one, but like super sensitive, pretty sensitive, I can take it. She's better terms for it, which I think is really original and different, and also really appropriate for people who are those of us who are looking to heal our livers and our gallbladders. Sinclair Kenally, hello.
Good morning or afternoon for those of you on the East Coast. It's so good to be here with you. You know, I love talking about all things liver, so any chance we get to nerd out about that, that's fantastic.
So tell us a little bit about the Rapid Liver Reset program, if you would, please.
Yeah, so this is a 4-week course where there's a lot of pre-recorded shorter video elements. You get access to our ongoing membership community where you can talk about the experience you're having, ask questions from our more advanced students who have been doing this for a while. And, you know, our team is there to support you as well. We have live trainings, and we also have a couple of bonus Q&A sessions. So it's a chance for you to really learn more about your liver and ongoing ways to support it, and where it is let me say this differently, like how to get started with a greater level of liver support in a way that's most respectful to your body and the level of stagnation you're dealing with today. And then how to progress from there, stage by stage, so as your body gets used to reclaiming its ability to release stagnation. Because what happens for most of us right now is we're just completely overloaded, just with normal food, air, and water exposure to toxins. Like lovely Ava in the chat here talking about how she's super health conscious. She's a strict whole foods, mostly raw food vegan, and she's not sure why she developed fatty liver. This is a really great example of you know, folks who are making great decisions about their health. Maybe you've been organic for a long time, you know, or whatever steps you've taken to take care of yourself, but you're still getting overloaded by our everyday toxin exposure right now. So once that is the case, once stagnation has been developed, how do we unpack it? Right? How do we catch up with the backlog? And then how do we just gently support our bodies long term so it doesn't happen again? And it is a long-term process, but what you'll learn in these few weeks is like your choose your own adventure, how to take that control over your own health. So there's like three paths you can take. Like, hey, I have gotten super sensitive. Like me, I was like down to 3 foods and like I couldn't even look at a supplement without getting nauseous, right? I think we had that in common, Siobhan. It's why we bonded so early.
One of the many reasons, yeah.
Yes. And so that would be like the pink handle with Caroline. And you learn how to get started in supporting your body in a whole new way to release the stagnation in your liver and gallbladder, if you still have one, at that pace. And then we have the mid lane, option number 2, which is, you know, slow and steady. And then we have folks who are like, okay, I've been doing this for a while, or I'm not that sensitive and I want a deep clean out. That's your green means go lane. And we teach you how to do the deep healing. We also teach you how to go from pink to yellow and from yellow to green. So many of our advanced students that are in the forum that are already like typing to the newbies that are coming in. It's so sweet I just love our community, how they support each other. They've been working on this for 6 months, the Rapid Liver Reset protocol, and they have progressed from one to the other at a pace that's right for them. And so you'll learn that really quickly over a few weeks together. And then you'll be super empowered to make the right decisions for you going forward. And all of it is natural health, very clean, very supportive of the body, given the weird age that we're living in. We're living in a
Right.
strange time, you know?
Yeah. And here's the other thing, she has hundreds of wonderful testimonials from the first program. So that she was talking about from 6 months ago. This is actually the second time I've had Sinclair come on and talk about this program. And it was right after the liver gallbladder summit, rescue summit that I did last year. And she was launching this course. And I was like, wait a minute, like, and the stars aligned so that her launch was right when our liver summit was wrapping up. I'm like, can you just move it by a couple of days and then we could do something together? And that's what's happened. So then it was such a huge hit with everybody who attended. I was like, we have to do this again. So here we are. Couple of questions, a two-part question. I was just curious how you, Sinclair, passed 15,000 crazy gallstones without doing a liver flush. And if you can do it without flushing, should we ever do a liver flush? I think part of this has to do with the terminology of what one person's liver flush is another person's detox quest to health. So in a more bigger picture than, hey, this is what I'm going to be doing next weekend. So
Yeah, this is such a great question. So, here's what we normally mean by liver flush in like the natural health community. This was popularized by Dr. Hulda Clark and then Andreas Moritz with his wonderful book. That's usually like the word flush is usually in reference to the olive oil and the salt. And when Michael and I were both working on our health and we were both really ill, he started experimenting with that kind of protocol. And I knew that I couldn't because I was way too sensitive and fragile. So we developed like halfway protocols for me. And that's what became our pulse flush. So we teach 3 types of flushes. One is the no flush flush. It's basically like the baby version of getting the body ready to release things because the body does prefer to release these things in waves. So that's the no flush flush. And then what I'm talking about when I say I passed 15,000 stones without a flush, meaning no olive oil and salt, that's the pulse flush that we created because of my needs as a sensitive person. And then there is the deep flush where we use all of our fancy fun tools for a much deeper experience for you that's much more productive than say that traditional oil and salts. So that's what I mean by that. And yeah, I was very like honestly scared of the olive oil because I'd been feeling so fragile for years. So we had to kind of get around it. So we did that with a number of detox therapy techniques and also supplements and also food choices, all of which we teach in Rapid Liver Reset. It's an awesome question.
And if you, let's say right now you're super sensitive and you do the first Handle with Care program, again, it's all within the same program. It's not like you have to buy the Handle with Care program. In Rapid Liver Reset, you have the 3 lanes that you can switch once, like, oh, I've done this in the gentle in 3 or 4 months. You're like, you know what? I'm ready to take on something a little bit more perky. Then you can, and the reason why I know this is because the question was asked last time. You can sort of switch, and then it's really like getting 3 courses in one in a way, because you've got the different gradients. And there you go. I'm answering for you. Will this help someone with EBV?
Yes.
Oh, good one. Okay.
Yes, because you have got to restore a state of flow for your body to be able to tackle that. EBV is never there without a good reason, guys. It's not like, oh, I got exposed and now I'm stuck. It's more like, oh, the terrain in my body is optimal for EBV to be going nuts. So we got to work on the terrain, which means offloading what has become stored, essentially. And so repairing your liver's efficiency is really key to that. So it's an awesome question.
And the terrain means what, Sinclair? Can you describe what terrain?
Your body.
Your body.
So those of us who are really into bioregulatory medicine, the terrain theory is all about like your body's ability to respond and to heal itself is directly related to how full is your bucket, essentially. And unfortunately, all of our buckets are really full in this day and age. We're kind of in an unprecedented time, right? Where you could be living a very clean life, but what you have, breathed in with air pollution or what you got from your mom, all the way back during fetal toxin transfer, it's all adding up now to create some stagnation. So your body really reclaims its ability to heal itself and maintain itself if you can lower the volume in the bucket. And that's what
Okay.
the rapid liver reset is for.
Okay. So when I think of terrain, I think of the microbiome, but then I also
Yes.
got that concept expanded to the space between the cells. I love what you just said. So it's a bigger picture.
Yes.
Um, and then I also wait here. Ash, I'm very interested. I have a couple of questions to clarify. And by the way, if you just tuned in and just arrived, hello, you're watching Sinclair Kenally and me, Siobhan Sarna, and we are talking about Sinclair's upcoming program, the Rapid Liver Reset Program, which is her methods that she's developed with her partner in crime and life, Michael, and their methods for healing your liver and your gallbladder, even if you don't have a gallbladder. Okay. So is the idea that in order to restore health to the liver and gallbladder, you need to detoxify them? And will I be able to do and benefit from this system if I'm unable to do coffee enemas for medical reasons?
That's a great question. So, yes, and yes. We do teach coffee enemas in the course as an important supportive detox therapy. We do also teach you how to modify them and do other types of enemas that might be more beneficial given your stage of healing and your personal conditions. That being said, if you have known medical conditions, you should always talk to your practitioner first,
Yeah.
who really knows and understands your health history. And you do not have to do coffee enemas in order to support your liver. They're just a great tool, but that's all they are. They're just a tool. And what was the first? Yes. So the idea is that in order to restore health to the liver and gallbladder, they really benefit from releasing stagnation. So it's not just about detoxifying the liver and gallbladder because they're supposed to be detoxifying the rest of the body. This is about offloading sluggish bile and toxins and cholesterol-based stones that have become trapped in the bile ducts, because bile salts are very much suspended in liquid with very, very delicate chemistry, guys. So all it takes is a little bit of exposure to synthetic chemicals or materials to alter that chemical structure and for the bile salts to drop out of that liquid form. And that's when you start getting that viscous, congealed, sticky bile in those 2,000 miles of bile ducts in your biliary tree in your liver. So it's very difficult for the liver to function and keep moving that through, let alone get bile stored in the gallbladder and have these toxins that have been processed down from metabolites down into the bile to get released out. So it's more than like, hey, do I have a stone or not that shows up on radio imaging? This will work for you if you have a stone that showed up on radio imaging. That's fine. That's a great use of the course, but you don't have to know that for sure to know that if you're experiencing liver symptoms and you're noticing that you have like some backup and some, system-wide inflammatory issues, that your liver would benefit from this kind of support.
So let's get some logistics taken care of. How long is the course? Can you pull up the info page for me? Oh,
Sure.
okay. So she's going to pull up the info page. And the other thing about this that I'm excited about is she's doing a exclusive bonus just for my community. So if you could share some information about that too, I'd really appreciate it. And I'm
Yeah.
also going to put the link to how to sign up if you're interested with more information in the chat.
Yeah. So the exclusive bonus just for your people is all
Thank you.
about the liver and bloating. Bloating as that constellation of symptoms that we see when our digestion has become dysregulated, and the link to bile flow and what you can do to support the liver and the gut if you are somebody that experiences bloat. Hello, IBS. Hello, SIBO. Hello, all this lovely constellation of things. The good news is the more you understand about this relationship, the more empowered you are to resolve that long term.
The other thing I said the other day was the more you understand how the body works with all of this, the more compliant you will be. And then that carries on way past the 4 weeks or whatever. Did you want to share your screen, or are you sharing your screen? I just can't
Yeah,
tell.
I am. No,
Okay.
I'm about to share my
Okay.
screen.
And I have the longest link in the world to share with you all. They have things called pretty links where we make these really long links more attractive. I don't have that, but this link should work. So there you go.
Okay. Let's see. I want to be able to view
Larissa,
this.
I miss you.
Oh, Ash, that's awesome.
Yes. Oh,
Welcome. That's
good.
going to be so fun to have you. I
Good.
like your vibe already. Welcome, welcome, welcome.
And Catherine's saying she can't sign up right now for financial reasons. Can I still jump in late?
I think you should write into our team about that and what that means. We typically don't add people late because that would be really tough logistically, and we don't want to stress you out and trying to catch up with everybody. So that's a great question. If you have a specific issue with that, we do have a 2-payment plan, which is really nice just for that reason. And you'll find that further down here. Where is that? All the way down past all these pretty people. Here's your 2-pay option. So that's something to consider as well.
Oh my
And don't
gosh,
forget, you'll have a
coupons.
from Siobhan. Lady, you forgot that. You're our TV host. You have to hold us like
I
keep
know.
it
I'm so
together.
sorry. Use coupon code Siobhan for $100 off.
Please
Sorry.
tell them that. We don't want anybody cranky at the end.
Yeah, really. Is the coupon.
Okay, so what did we want to show? You want to see the back end of the course
I
itself?
do.
Okay.
Yes, please.
Great, let's do
And
that.
what does that mean if you see the back end you're like,
I mean, the
show
actual
course
course
itself. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love doing that.
It's so fun. I'm so proud of what the team has done with our new FAQ library. So you can like search by question, like, and then get a quick 1 to 3 minute video in response to it. It's so nice. And then you get to go chat about it in the forum if you want to. Let's see. What am I doing? Stop talking about it. Just find it.
So yeah, and be sure to share your screen. This like legitimately was impromptu. Some people say, oh, it's an impromptu, and then they come in an evening gown, like as if full makeup. No, but last night we were talking and we're like, hey, wait a minute. You're getting like a ton of questions, Sinclair. Like, let's do this. I have no business doing
Just
this
be our
right now, by the
support
way.
ticket.
Like, I have to leave in about 10 minutes, no lie. So
Oh
I'll be
no.
quiet and let you do this.
Okay, so this is your welcome page when you log in, and there's all of these links, quick links to go chat with each other in our Detox Nation forum, which is our ongoing membership, and that's where all of our advanced students are hanging out. So you always want to go chat with them. Lots of easy, quick ways to like navigate it on different devices.
Nice.
We have a wonderful, like what to expect. We start with a liver stagnation self-assessment, how to choose your supplies. There's a whole thought process around that. And then we have these great week by week, like, hey, what do we need to do this week in order to get ready for, whatever flush is right for you? And what we love to do is like come at this with non-traditional methods that really support people's different levels of stagnation. So we focus a lot on topicals and therapies and nervous system support in this. You don't have to do any of it, but the idea is we're teaching you how to layer in a protocol for yourself, so you're always in control of, are you putting your foot on the gas? Are you putting your foot on the brakes? How to listen to your body at each stage of the game. And how to recognize and celebrate the wins. So we also put in just some basic detox pieces. Look, here I am talking about coffee enemas, which is really funny. And the top questions that people have about them. And my team, I gesture a lot, so my team uses the GIFs. They have fun with this. You would think I'm Italian, but nope, just Irish and Scottish. Let's see what else. We do talk about foods and, the food filter guide that we put together to help people understand like what foods might be irritating to you right now. Like I have questions for Ava about like, yes, whole foods are wonderful and we never want to be afraid of food. But once we have become stagnated, you may benefit from thinking about your foods through a new set of eyes for a stage of your healing. Never want to be afraid of food, just really intentional once the body's already become dysregulated. How can we be super gentle on ourselves? We're not the food police. We're just here to help and give you insights and support you to make the best decision for you. What else? We talk about the 3 different types of flushes, which is super fun, how to choose from them. Here's all of our little food filter guides. Um, this is really fun where these get unlocked every week, a new layer of the FAQ library that's appropriate for you. And then you can like, hey, how do I speed up the process? You can jump right down to that
Can you
video.
pop on one of those videos? Are they open? So literally, let me just say, as someone who does this as well, the fact that they have the videos associated with the FAQ, that is a labor of love. That is more work than you can possibly imagine. So that is a huge, huge asset. And, let's face it, courses can be overwhelming and they can be intimidating. And you can be like a self-shame party because I haven't opened it yet. I haven't done lesson 6, whatever. And that is the opposite of the vibe that Sinclair and her whole group have, because I am like I sometimes find myself in deep resistance to doing something. For whatever reason, I'm not going to like have my therapy session with you right now, but whatever. Claire has been so patient with me, and Michael have been so patient with me to really like be like, okay, here's where you are, and it's okay. And I've been like, oh my gosh, I'm so relieved. Thank you. Thank you for not being like, well, if you had done this, you would be here, blah, blah. It's not like that at all. It's really loving the whole, and even in her community. And like, I'm not the biggest group joiner. Okay. I know I got 25,000 people in a Facebook group and I love that, but it's intimidating sometimes, right? If you're not you're just joining this group online, this group is very well monitored. It is very well behaved. It is very supportive. There is no whining allowed.
It's true.
Very important. Like
true.
The fact that that's part of her value system is so important. And that's the kind of group you want to join.
Yes. We need to be cultivating a healing state, which means we don't get to throw up all over each other.
Right. And not because she's being a jerk, but because look, the intention is to create this healing vibration and action, not I'm trying to be a school marm. There's a big difference in that, guys, as as I'm sitting here sounding like a school marm. Okay, go ahead and hit that. Button.
These are just really short. Hannah loves that sound. She picked it out. Dun, dun, dun. And then just a quick, where are they? This might be one that she hasn't done yet.
Okay.
Or is it not loading right? Let's see.
Look, it's 46 seconds. It's so
Can you
cool.
walk us through how to see the 3 protocols?
When you're in the course and you're having any trouble navigating, be sure to check out these videos, which will teach you how to find what you're looking. And if you keep scrolling down, you're on a computer, and 2 lessons basically of each week.
So easy to find stuff. How do I speed up the process? There's all like, you can jump through any of these. And some of them are really specific, like, hey, my practitioner has me take this. And then how do I think about this at the same time? Do certain supplements break down, food issues? Yes and no,
Cool.
That's really fun.
Yeah, no, thank you for that. So I'm very glad you did that. And look, that I need to do that for SIBO Recovery Roadmap and Dr. Seebecker's SIBO Pro course, just to be able to be like, okay, if you're having problems, go here. Although we've been doing it for longer than just one, we've been doing it for longer. So we've been buffing and polishing for a long time. Those 2 particular courses. I know you've been teaching people for a really long time, Sinclair. This course is special. I highly recommend it. Obviously, I have my whole heart and soul into getting everybody here the information they need to get better and to, have you use the fishing pole, not just eat the fish, so to speak. And so I really hope that if it's a fit for you, you go for it. You are going to be getting a discount on the supplements through Sinclair's excellent online store. And Paula is wondering, how much are the supplements?
Oh, yeah. So that's a great question. So we teach you how to make the decisions for yourself, what you need to buy. And for example, like generally it's like typical for people to spend between $300 and $500. And we also allow you to like break that up into buy a kit, and that'll get discounted. So it's easy to order, or you can see what's in the kit and be like, oh, I already have that on my shelf. I just don't know how to use it. And then you can buy the individual elements too. So we try to think of all of that stuff.
Yeah. It's very thoughtfully done. It really is.
Thank
We
you.
have about 2 more minutes and then I have to take my godmother to the dentist. So, like I said, we really just like snuck this in. And thank you so much for coming, everybody. If you have any other questions, then what's the email to have people reach out to, Sinclair?
Yeah, so that's support@detoxrejuvenation.com. I will type it in since my people aren't on here. And they can help you. And there's also FAQ on the sales page itself, guys.
Did I-
Oops,
No, it's okay. We both did it. I just want to make sure I spelled it right.
you
Rejuvenation.
put an I in instead of an E.
Ignore mine. Ignore it. Ignore it. No, I can't take
One
it
of
back.
the
I'm
things
sorry.
that I just want to speak to is
Yeah.
that the liver is really a magical organ. And whether or not you still have your gallbladder, you are absolutely capable of having a really gentle experience in your body. So if you're somebody that's been frustrated with your health or working on your health for a long time, like I was, I just did not realize what a magical key the liver can be to being able to regenerate your body system wide. So we have people who, like, 1 to 2 weeks into rapid liver reset, are saying, oh my God, my joint pain and my arthritis is already down so much. Or I had constipation for 20 years and now I can finally, feel like a lot of ease in my digestion and be able to eliminate without discomfort. And so there's a lot of benefits that are adjacent to it. So that's something to consider. Like, whatever decision you make about your health going forward, really start asking yourself better questions about, like, how is this going to support my full body picture, my full health picture? Because we can get very myopically focused in health, especially in the medical system and even in natural health, though. So I really hope for your sake that everybody is really starting to expect and hope for feeling more and more empowered by every course or healing experience, and that you understand, whether or not you join us this time in Rapid Liver Reset, that the liver is so magical at regenerating itself and supporting the body system wide. And all of the emotions that come along with stagnation can absolutely be gently released as well along the way. So it's sometimes people need that message of hope. I don't know who needs to hear that today. I certainly did many times along the way, but who you are, health wise, physically, emotionally, the best of who you are is still waiting underneath the stagnation, and you can absolutely get back to feeling like the best of it yourself. So just think about that for any steps that you choose moving forward, and just know that we're here to support you if that feels right.
Thank you, Sinclair. So the enrollment does end, I think it's tomorrow night, the 10th, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yeah.
So it wraps up tomorrow night, the 10th.
Well,
And
because you asked us to extend it, so we're
everyone else is wrapped up tonight, right? Okay. So poor Sinclair, I was like, yeah, I really want to do this, but can I have $100 off? And can I have a special bonus just for my community? And can I have an extra day? Like, literally no one's
For
gonna
you,
get an extra day.
absolutely. Yeah.
Thank you, Sinclair. I appreciate it. Nan, you're exactly right. It is a great message. Deb, I'm glad we were able to be sort of in person with you. It's great to have you. And I just wanted to say thanks to everyone for showing up, for yourselves, and for being interested in this. I think this is the kind of course that if it's tapping you on your shoulder right now, being like, it's a good idea. You hear that voice, that little impulse. I definitely support you listening to your intuition. And I think that it's a skill set to help you with the rest and best of your life. Like Sinclair was saying, most people do not know this information, that this is not widely practiced information, unfortunately. And I'm here to help change that. And that's why I'm doing this with you all, because this is, look, I've been into natural healing since I was 14 years old. And I, whatever reason, all the reasons, all that. And the information that Sinclair has in this course is some stuff you'll have heard of before if you're like really into it, and others you have never heard before. And I rarely say that, but like, I bet you've never heard it before, because this is what they've used to help themselves and help thousands of people, but it's not something they're just taking from a textbook. they are gathering information, using it, and have a lot of practical information and a lot of tips and tricks and tools. And like, I'll say, oh, well, I have this supplement, and Sinclair's like, oh, well, whatever you do, don't take that. No, we don't like that brand because of this. And I've never met someone so
You're very
selective.
picky.
They're selective, and that's good. But let me just, the bar is raised for me personally, because I know all these naturopaths. I have been blessed to work with so many fantastic people. So when I bring you a course to tell you that it's different and it's fantastic, you can really rely on that. And I feel very confident 100% in saying all that. So if it's a fit, great. If not, that's fine too. We're glad you showed interest. We're glad you're moving along, because sometimes it's a drip campaign. Like, it might not be right for you now. Maybe it's going to be right for you later. And it's also kind of intimidating that it's the end of the year. And yet, isn't that also motivating? So, right? Like, there's never a convenient time to do this. The best and most convenient time to have done this was yesterday. Okay. This is the time where you take your power and you do it for yourself.
And we're doing a bonus call in January for people who want to do the prep now and do whatever is right for them in terms of their flesh in January. So,
oh, good. Okay.
yeah, because
great.
your community actually gave us that idea. We were live the other day together. I was like,
yeah, I remember.
Fantastic idea.
That's great. Okay, so you guys are so accommodating. Thank you. Susan signed up last week, so looking forward to the program.
Hey, that's
Just
awesome.
checking in
Welcome,
today, as I don't
Susan.
want to miss a minute. That's awesome.
Oh,
And
love
then,
that.
did you tell if people will be able to get supplements in time, and about
Oh, you
methylation
absolutely
issues?
will. Yeah.
Okay.
We often ship same day or next day. Like, the team is in overdrive right now. You have plenty of time. We've structured it that way so that you can continue to order your supplements over the next few days and still have plenty of time. And methylation issues, and what has caused issues in the past with your previous attempts at liver detox are absolutely covered in the course. Yeah, because that's a whole thing. Yeah,
The whole thing.
great
Exactly.
question.
Great. Okay, namaste, everyone. Thank you so much. Thanks,
So good to see
Sinclair.
you, sweetie. Thanks for joining us, everybody.
All right. We'll send the replay out with the links,
Oh, fun.
and also go ahead and grab them here. I'm hoping you already have done that, but don't panic if you're like, you're turning the thing off. We'll send out an email. Okay. Thanks. Bye, everybody. Bye.